Hello everyone, it's Stray Faye here with another episode of Variable Barricade. Alright, we began Ichiya's route in the last episode, and poor Hibari. Poor Hibari is like trying to get to know Ichiya without his flirty facade. So like we followed him around the mall. He's still as extra as ever, even when following him from a distance. And we also went on a date with him, and he was a nice date. He like treated Hibari very very nicely. It was like all about her, like what she wanted to do. Although we don't really know much about Ichiya's tastes, if anything, because he was more about treating Hibari like a princess. Alright, so let's begin this next chapter within this three-pronged branch here. Let's do process of elimination. It bugs me how many women are involved in Ichiya's life, but he insists there's a reason for it. Alright, let's play this event. That's right, he's like the flirt, so I almost think that like he acts all flirty, but like just based on how he acts, like this is like a trope where like he acts like a womanizer but like doesn't actually have any experience with women. Alright, well let's see. Let's play this event. You seem tired, Miss Hibari. Did something happen at school today? Yeah, you could say that. Oh, I was under the impression that Miss Kano had taken today off from class at her family's request. She did, and because she wasn't present, several people came to speak with me. Ah, I see. Without Miss Kano there to shoo them away, some ladies pounced on the chance to get to know you. If that's all it was, I wouldn't have minded, but, well, apparently there were some odd rumors going around. I thought back on all the casual chatter that clearly masked probing questions. I sighed. I could understand if it was rumors about my date with Ichiya the other day. Wait, but why at school? Like, were they like watching you? Was someone else stalking you? But where'd this rumor about him and I getting married next month come from? That was ridiculous. Patently ridiculous. It vexed me to no end to learn so many girls believed that silliness. If they'd actually asked me outright, I could have told them it's not true. But they all danced around the subject like ballerinas and then scurried away. Okay, that's odd. Why is there like that rumor in particular when like there's still the three other guys in the house, the three other suitors? Really? That seems awfully charming of them. Hey, this isn't funny, you know. Though, I guess there were some rumors that I did agree with. Like the one about Ichiya's cooking being on par with gourmet chefs. Why do they know about Ichiya's cooking? Who was feeding him this info? I guess... Wait, I guess he did come to school back in the common route to, like, give her a lunch. I wonder, did the one time you brought my packed lunch leave such a powerful impression on everyone? Now they seem to take it for granted that I'm engaged to him. Well, you are, temporarily. For political convenience. Yeah, why is the rest of the school acting like it's a done deal? Like, didn't we not tell anyone? We only told... Oh, I guess, maybe there's a leakage of information somewhere. I mean, like, Grandpa told the branch families to kind of, like, keep him satisfied. Maybe the branch family has like some gossiping girls that are also at the school. Temporarily, not that anyone knows that. I will admit that my opinion of Ichiya has improved just a little bit. He's learned a few more recipes, and his Japanese cooking, while not as delicious as Sumiko's, is rather tasty. Is he applying to be your chef or your fiance, Hibari? What, Kasuga? Nothing, miss. I was simply thinking that you've become quite smitten with Mr. Mitsumori. Excuse me? Haven't you noticed? You've spoken of nothing but him for the entirety of the day. No, I haven't. You're just imagining things. Okay, Kasuga seems a little happy. Kasuga seems happy as long as it's not Shion. Ugh. He was right, though, and that stung my pride. I turned and looked out of the car window in a pout. We were almost home, just a few more minutes and the house's comforting outline would come into view. Wait, is that... Kasuga, stop here! This is far enough. Go back without me. Is something the matter? Can't just leave without the lady. It's nothing. Don't worry. Go on ahead. I'll walk the rest of the way. Kasuga wouldn't do that. Just leave the lady behind. I ignored his suspicious glance and closed the car door behind me. The car didn't move for a long moment, but then Kasuga resigned and pulled away. Maybe they're just gonna do like a lap around the block or something. I watched the car drive away and turned to look over there. No, you don't need to thank me. When you see someone in need, it's only natural to go help them, right? Okay, I'm guessing this is Ichiya. This is Ichiya. Still, though, I have to admit that, as a man, I wanted an excuse to come and say hello to you beautiful ladies anyway. Oh no, he's flirting. Infidelity. Wasn't that the whole test with Aramora? But then he passed just because he kept spewing nonsense about Hibari. He smiled, and the group of girls surrounding him broke into colorful peals of laughter. My, don't they look like they're having fun. Foreigner Lady A. Thank you, mister. You helped us a lot. You're welcome. I hope you lovely ladies enjoy your vacation. Oh my. Bye. Kiss. Gasp. Don't worry, it's just a foreign custom. It doesn't mean anything, Hibari. One of the girls, a tourist, leaned forward and gave Ichiya a kiss on the cheek. Then she and the other girls gave him a wave and walked away. Ichiya watched them go, and he was grinning. Okay, time to head back and start making dinner. Oh, you're in the doghouse, sir. Hibari, what are you doing here? Oh no, you're in trouble. You know you're in trouble. What? Do you have some sort of problem with me being here? No, I don't. But, did you happen to, see something just now? Oh no, I saw nothing. I most assuredly did not see the man who's technically my suitor blushing and smiling at a bunch of girls. Wait, whoa! You have the wrong idea. Honest, they only asked me for directions. Ah, yes, complete stranger to give you a smooch on the cheek. I mean, it could just be cultural differences, but I mean, go to Japan, do as the Japanese do. Don't smooch people on the cheek. Apparently, this is their first time in Japan, and they've gotten lost. One of them kissed you on the cheek. That's because she's a foreigner. It's just a greeting to them, really. Uh-huh. Please, you have to listen to me. I don't care if the whole world doubts me, as long as you still have faith in me. I swear upon the golden hue of this beautiful sunset, I haven't done anything at all inappropriate. Girl A. Oh, at the most inopportune time, Girl A appears. Mitsumore, thanks a bunch. I'll message you on Wiz later. Where did you come from? Oh, her boyfriend dumped her not long ago, and she was feeling really depressed. I was worried for her, so I said she could talk to me if she needed to. Lady B. Hello, Ichiya. Come by the bar again sometime. I'll set aside a bottle for you. She's just the bartender at a billiards bar that I patronize on occasion. Really? You've got it all wrong. Ichiya. What? His eyes were wide and nervous, and I could see his lips quivering. I gave him my best smile and said, "Goodbye." Uh-oh. He messed up. He's too friendly with the ladies. Treats them all too well. Oh, I'm gonna follow in silence. Hibari? Oh, you decided to follow me, Mr. Mitsumori. You're on such good terms with so many lovely women. Why bother with little old me when you could just go chase after one of them? Ha! Ha ha ha! Oh, come on. You don't have to be mad. You know I'm all yours and no one else's. Really? I kept walking, utterly ignoring his desperate, stumbling attempt to tail me. I mean, it could just be, like, overly nice, maybe. But yeah, it does seem suspicious. Like he's a womanizer. Hibari, please! You have to listen. Ugh, he's really starting to irritate me. I couldn't put up with it any longer. I whirled around and glared, making Ichiya jump. If you have something to say, spit it out. Otherwise, I'm leaving. No, I do. I have something to say. Please listen. Ichiya took a few deep breaths, obviously gathering his thoughts then. He bowed deeply in apology. I'm sorry. I don't mean anything by it, but I do realize that I have many more opportunities than most men to speak with the ladies. That obviously upset you. For that, I apologize. It didn't upset me. I simply don't want anything resembling insincerity in my relationships. That gets back up. And it's entirely understandable that you think I'm not sincere. But please, believe me when I say I meant absolutely nothing by it. I swear. He winced and looked guiltily to the side. See, I wind up spending more time around women than men because of simple process of elimination. Process of elimination? What in the world did he mean by that? I looked at him confused. The look on his face told me he really did not want to talk about this, but he slowly began to speak. Well, I never gotten along with other guys very well. Even when I was a kid, I had almost no male friends to speak of. I still don't. It's been that way ever since I got old enough to know what love and romance is. Other guys were kind of, well, jealous of me. Oh. I started to see where he was going with this. It admittedly made sense. Even though I didn't mean to cause problems, guys would blame me for siphoning girls away from them. They even accused me of stealing their girlfriends. To avoid unnecessary drama, I started avoiding certain people. And eventually, I just didn't have any male friends left. I only hung out with girls. I get it. From a woman's point of view, it's easy to see Ichiya as the ideal man. He's dependable, devoted, and kind. But for a man, I could easily see how they'd feel threatened by him and want to keep him at arm's length. That's kind of like, it reminded of the character Wolf from, not Wolf, but like with a V, Wolf. From, was it Dahlia Wilstomore? There's like two different titles. I just call it Dahlia, or Dahlia and Bloom. The reasons weren't exactly the same, but I'd been treated similarly by girls my age. It's just easier being around women. The kinder I am to them, the happier they are. The kinder they are to me in return. Oh, the guys are just like, the more kind you are to a guy, they're just like, bro, they're just gonna bully you. Hell, I wasn't able to get along even with my family back then. Women's kindness was a blessing to me, a real blessing. So it's, well, a habit, I guess. I guess maybe the guys in the house is probably like his first real male friends. Did something happen between you and your family? Well, yeah, you could say that. Ichiya's eyes slid sideways. He obviously didn't want to approach the subject. Okay, this is some family issues going down. I'm really curious, but if it's a delicate subject with him, maybe it's better if I don't pry. I mean, probably, like, eventually you will want to pry. Like, she's gonna want to ask that eventually. I thought about it for a minute, and then deliberately changed the subject. But don't you get along pretty well with Taiga, Shion, and Nayata? They're men. Aren't you all friends? And, like, ironically, they're all competing for the same woman, so... Like, that was, like, a point of contention with his other male acquaintances. They're, like, contending for women. Huh? Well, I guess. I don't know if they're, like, your rivals, or you just see them as, like, other mouths to feed, but... We're technically rivals, but for some reason, the three of them aren't so bad. Perhaps because of the topic change, Ichiya suddenly looked more at ease. At first, I was pretty reserved around them. Tried to keep them at a distance, but you know what they're like. They are very, very quirky personalities. Tried to hold them at arm's length, and they don't care. They'll barge right on in, wherever they please, and it's not like they've ever acted jealous of me either. True. Heck, never mind being jealous. Most of them tend to make him the butt of their jokes more often than not. This may sound odd, especially now, but I'm actually enjoying this life quite a bit. Yeah, they can be exhausting to deal with, but I'm never bored, that's for sure. I hate to admit it, but... Oh, he's blushing. They're all pretty decent guys. Oh, wow! He found his friends! He found his male buddies in the most, like, unexpected place. A shy smile pried at the edges of his lips. He was probably happier about them than he let on. Not that I have any intention of letting any of them take you from me, of course. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but if you're serious about this, you'll need to be more careful about your interactions with other women. I'll do my best. And that was all for our discussion. We walked back home together, acting as we always did. I thought he was just a flake and a hopeless flirt, but when I dug deeper, I found reasons for his shtick. Ever since I chose him as my temporary fiancé, I'd unexpectedly learned a lot about him as a person. We're kind of alike in some weird ways. I discovered some commonalities between us too. Perhaps that's why I want to learn even more about him. Hibari, an apology for what happened. I will take your request for dinner. Is there anything that you'd like to have tonight? I'm fine with anything that's ordinary and tasty. Huh? Geez, that's the hardest thing to cook, you know. This is like a vague response. Ichiya groaned and rubbed his temple. I ignored him and made my way straight to the foyer. At least she didn't say, like... I mean, I guess she did say, like, anything. It's like, what girls, when you try to find somewhere to eat, and the girls are just like, anywhere is fine. And indeed, anywhere is not fine. It's simple curiosity, that's all. Oh, okay, that ended. Process of elimination is clear. Let's do the next prong. In the branch, secret effort. Ichiya makes a purposefully low-key effort. Low-key to win my heart. Taiga drops in to give him some advice. Is this from Ichiya's perspective? Let's play this event. In the kitchen. It's all in the kitchen. She liked the taste of the candied chestnuts, but there's definitely room for some more visual panache. Maybe if I could redo them as a Mont Blanc-style chestnut cake. That'd be cute. She might like it. No. If I get too caught up in trying to make it cutesy and girlish, I'd just be repeating my old mistakes. I think I ought to leave it here for now. Take a break. He's like in the kitchen like 24/7. I rolled my stiff shoulders and headed to the sink, getting ready to tackle the messy remains of tonight's losing battle. I'd only meant to tinker a little with ideas for new desserts, but the clock was already creeping towards midnight. Sumiko told me this over and over, and now I understand how right she is. Cooking for that special someone is simple, but it's in no way easy. I started cooking for a pretty straightforward reason. Girls liked it. A guy can earn a lot of points with any girl if he simply knows how to cook a decent meal. I don't know why I just like thought of this stupid meme I saw the other day. It was like Godzilla and Kong. It was like rich man versus tall man just fighting for like girls' attention, and then like from the sidelines it was just like a doge with like the bat. It's just like guys who cook, the freaking dark horse candidate. It's almost funny how quickly a woman's opinion of me skyrockets when I whip up a dish for them. That's why all the cooking I'd ever done focus on presentation first and foremost. Girls seem to love cute dishes most of all. But now... Yes, I do like cute things, but I do appreciate that you cook for me. It tastes good, and I will eat every bite, but... You haven't been cooking for me this entire time. I was like, wait, in the past? It's been so long since we've been on the common route. What she said to me that day struck the core of my being, for better or for worse. I no longer wanted my food to simply please any girl. I wanted to put all my cooking efforts squarely into pleasing Hibari. Even if 99 out of 100 people loved a dish I made, if Hibari doesn't love it, then it's not worth it. I could think about it more tomorrow. A few final ideas tumbled through my head as I wiped up the last of the mess splashed around the counter. Just then... oh, Hibari. Ichiya? Huh? I looked up, snapped out of my thoughts. Peeking into the kitchen from the doorway was Hibari. Hibari, what's up? It's almost midnight, you know. I, got absorbed in some crocheting. When I looked up, it was already late. I thought I'd get something to drink, that's all. Ah, I see. Wait just a minute, then. I'll make some hot cocoa for you. That ought to help you relax and fall asleep. Thanks. Hibari wrapped her hands around the steaming cup and blew on the cocoa a few times before she took a sip. It's delicious. Those words alone were enough to make waves of happiness wash over me. Seeing her so relaxed brought a smile to my face. You know, it's weird. When you first moved in, you did everything you could to avoid sitting down and having a drink together with me like this. I still want to avoid it. What? Because I find it hard to relax lately when I'm alone with you. Oh, she's blushing. Huh? What do you mean by that? Hibari took a long sip of her hot chocolate, as if shielding herself against my question with her mug. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. She looked adorable doing it too. I enjoyed the view for a second before looking down at my own cocoa. She had changed. It seemed like it to me anyway, though I couldn't really explain how. She'd stopped obviously attempting to get away from me whenever I was around, at least. Yay, improvement. We had grown closer together, that much I could say for sure. And yet, there's still something missing. Something that would truly let us trust each other. Is something the matter? Oh, nah. I was simply basking in the bright joy your presence brings me is all. Oh. Damn it. I completely messed that one up. She doesn't like your flirting persona. You just act normally. She gave me a look, you know, the kind, and I try not to wince. the look. I have to be up early tomorrow, so I don't think I'll head to bed. You? Oh, yeah. I'll be calling it a night too. Good night. Good night. Oh, and thank you for the cocoa. And with that, Hibari got up and left the dining room without looking back. She's so cute. Every once in a great while I caught a little glimpse of her shy concern, and it grabbed me by the heart every time. What do I have to do to take her heart? I only had one thing going for me, my cooking. Poor guy. And she had only begun to enjoy that very recently. I didn't have anything else, and that hurt. I mean, he's got your delusions. I mean, kind of on par with Naya today. Compliments and sweet talk bounced off her like rubber, and she was unexcited about presents. Basically, all the dating skills I'd put up so much time into polishing were completely useless. Hell, it was entirely possible that my repertoire of skills depreciated my chances to woo her. Ugh. I wish I could lose all my memories and rebuild my entire history and begin from scratch. The hell, bro? You finally lose a grip on your sanity? Hi. Taiga! Ah, well, you're just the guy I wanted to see. I've got a bad case of the munchies. Now that we know Taiga is, like, an in-man, you obviously heard during the meeting that Hibari chose Ichiya as, like, a temporary fiancé, because, you know, he's, like, behind the wall. I wonder if he's gonna, like, take matters into his own hands, or, like, just do, like, subtle pushes to get Ichiya in Hibari's good graces. If you're in here, I assume you're practicing new recipes again? If you got any leftovers, I'll take them. If not, can you whip can you whip me up something? Short order cook Ichiya, coming up. What? Don't got any leftovers? I didn't say that, no. It's just... What's with this sudden pall of gloom everywhere? It felt like a bucket of ice water had been dumped on me, snapping out of the bittersweet euphoria I drifted through whenever I was in Hibari's presence. I kept my sigh of disappointment to myself as I walked over to the fridge. I have candied chestnuts, if you want them. They're not completely done yet, though. What, that stuff? That's her favorite snack or something, right? Sure you don't want to save it for her? The recipe is still in the experimental stage. I screwed up the ratio of sugar to mirin in this batch anyway. It's awful. It'd be like serving her dog food. But you're totally okay giving it to me, huh? Thanks, bro. Sheesh. Oh well, I'm hungry enough to eat dog food. And I can be picky. Taiga picked up his chopsticks, complaining all the time. I ignored him and let my thoughts wander. I'd just gotten done mulling over how Hibari had changed, but I think I'd probably changed a little too. I mean, the old me never would have bothered making a midnight snack for a guy. Taiga. What? It's not half bad. You got damn high standards if this isn't good enough for you. Thanks, but forget that. What do you think of Hibari? Sheesh, that came out of nowhere. Something happened between you two? Not really. Isn't it natural to be curious about a rival? I'm not in this to lose, you know. Oh, this from the guy who's all, it's decided and her heart's already mine, losers. What happened to all that unshakable confidence? Come on, I'm being serious. Are you going to answer or not? I looked Taiga in the eye, trying to impress on him how serious I was. He must have picked up the hint, because he suddenly looked thoughtful as he ate. Whatever me or the other two think about her, that doesn't change what you're after, right? All you need to do is use what you've got to make her think you're attractive enough to fall for. Why bother with us, you know? True, you do have a point. And a painful one at that. Feeling awkward, I looked away. What was I trying to get him to say anyway? He never seemed too invested in her. Was I trying to get him to admit his flippancy so I could feel better about my own chances? Sorry, forget it. I got a little sappy, that's all. What am I even saying? We're rivals. Boy, I suck so bad at interacting with other guys. I must have looked pathetic, because Taiga was inspired to reach out and give me a reassuring pat on my shoulder. I don't know what's got you down, but don't think about it too hard, Kay. You're doing well enough by just being you. I don't need pity or consolations. I'm well aware that all my best efforts aren't making an impact on her. Before, yeah, but now? I'm not so sure. Your date with her turned out pretty well, right? I heard she had a good time. Well, yeah, I guess. But I'm missing that last magic ingredient to really get into her heart. What, trying to blitzkrieg your way through? Just so's you know, I don't think there's any pickup line out there that's guaranteed to get her to fall for you. I know. I guess I'm just panicking a little. Huh. Somebody's being honest tonight. I'm just really serious about this, alright? Don't make fun. Taiga sopped up the last of the candied chestnut sauce on his plate, and looked up at me. You sure you're jumpy and introspective just because of the three of us? I'm thinking it's something else. He looked straight at me. I flinched. What else could there be? I'm concerned about what my rivals are up to, that's all. Uh-huh. All four of us accepted what's basically a big gamble, trying to make one girl fall for us. We've all got some crap going on in our lives, trust me. Oh, so you admit it, having trouble speaking today. So you admit you do too, huh? Heh, good question. But leaving my stuff to the side for now. What's important is that whatever your crap is, it's got nothing to do with her. She doesn't care. She's going to do things her way, and that's that. Personally, I think the best idea is to keep doing the trial and error stuff you got going on now. Get panicky and you'll just do something dumb. The truth of Taiga's words jolted me through the heart. Silence stretched for a long moment. When I didn't say anything, he seemed to figure we were done talking, because he got up from his seat. Thanks for the grub. Hope you find some recipes that she likes. He strolled out of the kitchen. After I was sure he was gone, I let out a heavy sigh. Taiga's sharper than a sashimi knife, that's for sure. He can be scarily observant at times. So much so, he reminded me of someone I knew. No wonder I wasn't overly fond of him. Panic is my enemy. I should have already known that. But it's just so tempting to rush in flailing. Just be yourself, dude. just be yourself. Don't try this like princely facade. It didn't work for Aladdin. It's not gonna work for you. Because there's no way around it. I'm insecure. I want her to accept me. I want her to choose me. I want her to love me. I wanted her to someday feel the same powerful affection for me as I did for her. That desire was always smoldering away in my heart, I guess this time it just flared up and made me panic. Hibari will do things her way, Taiga gave me a warning. I should take it to heart. I'd already struck a painful nerve with her once. I didn't want to repeat that mistake. If, on the slim chance everything goes great and I do end up married to Hibari, then maybe. Perhaps I could purge my past and be rid of the ugliness deep within my heart. I could finally stand as myself. Okay, chapter ends. We don't get to learn that secret past yet, though. Darn. Okay, we can probably do one more chapter. Now it converges. Speak normally. I want to learn more about who Ichiya really is, but he insists he already shows me every side to him. I like I was just gonna be like, just speak like a normal person. Why can't you be normal? Alright, let's play this event. The 4 men chosen as my suitors were all quirky, if I'm being kind. Problematic was more accurate. Alright, back to Hibari. Hibari perspective. Even taking that into account, the one who'd made the worst first impression on me was Ichiya. The reason was simple. Almost everything that spilled from his mouth when he was around me was a terrible pickup line or an insincere compliment. Oh, whoa, you surprised me. You're even more beautiful than you were yesterday. Pardon me, but I just can't stop staring at your angelic beauty. Surely you cast a magic spell on yourself last night, under the romantic glare of the full moon. Was it a spell to make yourself more ravishing? At first, every time he spoke, I felt shivers of dread run down my spine, and I had to fight the urge to turn and run out of the room. But I suppose I've grown accustomed to a schlock, as I could mostly let it bounce off me now. Alright, the appeal is, it's losing its effect here. Then let me cast one more spell on you. One to help that dormant seed of affection in your heart sprout as tall and strong as a mighty oak. Good morning, my sweet Princess Hibari. Your destined lover is here to fulfill your every desire. Stick your foot in your mouth right up to your ankle again, Ichiya. Another morning for you. Hey, when's breakfast? I'm starving. Guys, why do you always have to interrupt us? Every single time. I swear. Whatever, just sit down. I made breakfast for her, and I just happened to have enough left over for you lot. So be grateful. Having developed the skill to just let it all go, I let his words go in one ear and out the other. The others teased him over it, and he got annoyed, and then they all sat and ate like nothing happened. That's the way it usually went. But... Hibari, is something wrong? I didn't take my seat, not right away. Instead, I looked at Ichiya. He looked back, tilting his head in curiosity. Say, Ichiya. Could you try speaking to me like a normal person? Huh? When you talk to me, you always add some cloying compliments and pitiful pickup lines in nearly every sentence. Isn't that right? Cloying, pitiful. Could you maybe stop doing that? I'd like it if you could talk to me like you talk to everyone else. You know, normally. Like a human being. Normally. He's like, can't do it to women. Yes, normally. Please. Why did he suddenly freeze up? Can't compute. I'm sorry, Hibari. I thought I already was interacting with you normally. Could you, maybe let me know exactly what displeases you about the way I talk? She already said it! The pickup lines. Like, stop. I'm sorry, never mind. forget I said anything. Might we have breakfast now? Oh, sure. I'll get it ready for you right now. What's this all about, Did Ichiya do something wrong, perhaps? No, not really. I just, well, want him to act more normally around me. Telling Ichiya not to flirt with every girl he sees is like telling him to hold his breath until he dies. Whoa, really? Oh my gosh! Hibari, do you really want Ichiya to smother and die? No, that's not it at all. Forget it, okay? Pretend I didn't say anything. Well, that failed spectacularly. I busied myself with my breakfast, hiding a disappointed sigh. Why did they throw that back at Hibari? Jeez. It was too sudden, I suppose. I'll have to think of some gentler way to bring up the topic again. Yes, I'd grown almost completely accustomed to Ichiya's constant flirting, but something I looked at last night made me wonder why he did it all the time. It began after I finished my homework. I pulled out a certain sheet of paper and stared at it with more concentration than I'd given my schoolwork. Oh, it's his profile. Ichiya Mitsumori, age 26. Born July 13th, Cancer, blood type A. Special note. Marriage fraud attempted. It was the result of Ichiya's background report. I thought my initial glance had been sufficient for getting an idea of what Ichiya was like, but getting closer to him prompted me to take another look. Of course, for a character report, it was quite lacking. It was less of a background check and more like a simple bio page. Grandfather's decision to hand me sparse information was probably related to what he said the other day. It's important to observe people as themselves, outside of their titles and families, especially when choosing someone with whom to share your life. I hated to admit it, but I could see what he meant. Even this little bit of information had been enough to fuel my bias and prevent me from looking at him for who he was. If I'd been given even more information, it probably would have only fueled that bias. But I'm really curious now. After thinking hard about it, I pulled out my phone and opened up a search engine. Ichiya Mitsumori. I was gonna try to Google him. I scrolled through the results, but none of them were a match for him. That was somewhat surprising. These days, it wasn't at all unusual for people's real names to make it onto the internet via school, work, or just social media. If I searched my name, there would be more than a few hits even. I can't remember the Mitsumori name ever mentioned in association with the Tojo family, either socially or in business capacity. Okay, I guess that could be odd. Like, Naito Yagami, it was like, he had family working for the Tojos. Like, Shion was from a prestigious family, but oddly enough, didn't really have that much of his, like, family life, especially with his mother. It just showed up, like, with the Amethyst bit. Maybe because she just Googled Amethyst, that's why. And then, I mean, Taiga had, like, no history. He was just a drifter. I even checked with Tsumugi, who is far more versed in the who's who of influential social circles, and she didn't recognize the name. Then who in the world is Ichiya? Shion is probably right that he has to be from a family that's notably well-to-do. Okay, that's even more weird, though. If he's, like, well-to-do and there's, like, no history on him? Unless, like, maybe it's, like, a fake name he's using? At first I thought Shion had, like, a fake name, because he looked obviously foreign, but, like, Shion is a Japanese name, but it just turned out, like, oh, he's just half Japanese, that's why. My brow furrowed, and I entered new search terms. I was curious about Ichiya's family, yes, but there was something else at the fore of my mind. Mitsumori. Marriage. Fraud. No hits. Unsurprising, as it was only attempted. And if it was a case that garnered enough gossip to wind up on the internet, grandfather never would have picked him. Besides, knowing Ichiya as much as I did now, he wouldn't do it. He's not the sort to deceive anyone. Yeah, more than likely, like, the other person probably got the wrong idea. They just thought he was, like, trying to marry him when he was just being nice. I never interacted with any criminals, but I had met more than a few influential business people. Polite facades were commonplace with them. Ichiya didn't have the impersonal chill necessary to put up a front and mask his true nature. He was too honest, for better or worse. Not only that, I wasn't really interested in whether or not he'd attempted to do something fraudulent. Fraud or not, Ichiya was engaged and on the verge of marrying someone. Oh, was he engaged? Okay, I just had the impression that, like, maybe the other person just got the wrong idea. What went wrong? Did something happen that could have been considered an act of fraud in some way? The more I thought about it, the more bothered I got. I was starting to feel irritated. I know we were missing a lot of information here. Honestly, I have the feeling somebody else got the wrong idea and then falsely blamed Ichiya for it. That seems far more likely with him. I could easily see him flailing in panic, desperately insisting that wasn't what he meant at all. I almost giggled aloud at the mental image, but then I sighed and got my mind back on track. I wonder, how many relationships Ichiya has had with other women? It was easy even for me to tell from how Ichiya spoke and acted, both on our date and at home, that he had plenty of experience with romantic relationships. Considering his age, it made sense that he would have had at least a few. But why do I feel so conflicted about that? He was like, you're not his first love. Really? You do? Oh, thank Eros and Aphrodite, it finally happened! You've been shot through the heart by the arrow of love. Have you played Tsumugi? Have you also played Cupid Parasite? What about anything I just said makes you think that? Everything. Every last word. Oh my gosh. You're so adorable. Ah. I chatted with Tsumugi about last night and what happened this morning, and the conversation broke her brain. Tsumugi was my best friend, so I told her what I could about the plan for my temporary fiancé and Ichiya. This let me ask her for advice when I needed it, which was a blessing. The problem was, every time I brought it up, she dissolved into fits like this. An older boyfriend? Of course he'll have exes. Ah, the specter of the old flame will always loom above my dear young friend, haunting her dreams. He's not my boyfriend, and I'm not being haunted by any specter. Oh? But you want him to stop using all those sweet little compliments and pet names on you, right? You're like, you used those same compliments to woo your exes, didn't you? I don't want any recycled pickup lines. I deserve better. Right? No. Not really. I just like him to talk to me the same way he talks to anyone else. I'm sure it will let me learn more about him as a person. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. What a lady wants... what lady just wants any garbage line when she could have a special one tailored for her? You don't want to be like his other women. That isn't what I meant. Oh? I think it is. Tsumugi answered bluntly as she looked straight at me. For some reason, I couldn't say anything back. Words you used to ignore effortlessly before are starting to catch your attention. They matter to you now. And you know why, don't you? Well, I will say that I'm a tiny bit more curious about Ichiya as a person than I was before. Which was another way of saying that he was no longer someone I didn't care about. Little things now concerned me. I asked why. I asked how. because I cared about the answer. Of course you are. Then it's no surprise that you want to know about whatever may be hiding in his past. It's only natural. Exactly. But there's only so much that I can look into myself. Why? Because grandfather has put a stopper on anything related to him, I think. And Kasuga won't assist me with the search. No. I meant, why don't you simply ask Mr. Mitsumori directly? Because he keeps deflecting. I turned my eyes away from her. If you know other way of getting information, that's the most obvious way. I guess you could pry more, and then, if he still, like, clams up, he can make it an ultimatum, I guess. Be like, I'm not getting married to you if I don't know who you are. Well, yes. Indeed, it's a delicate issue. I completely understand why you'd hesitate. Asking a man why he broke up with his old flame. Oh. Hey! All I want to know is about that marriage fraud thing and whatever family issues you might have. That's precisely what I said. Is it? It's going to be a touchy subject, that's for sure. But that's exactly why I'm asking him directly is the best idea. It'll give you an idea how serious he is, too. Yeah, whether or not he answers. Ugh. Don't try to wiggle out of it just because you're embarrassed, Hibari. Be bold. Be a credit to your name. After sitting in my room and stewing on it for a good long time, I finally made up my mind and walked down to Ichiya's room. Tonight, unusually, he had gone straight back to his room right after cleaning up the dinner dishes. I'm just going to chat with him for a bit. There's nothing wrong with that. I glared at the doorknob, taking a few deep breaths to calm myself. Then I raised my hand to knock. Yes, I hear you. You don't have to break down the door. I'll be there in a sec. Oh, do you think it's like Nayata asking him for food? Oh, he didn't think it was Nayata. What, Nayata? There's plenty of leftovers in the fridge if you want a late night snack. Hibari! His eyes opened wide in shock. I gathered my courage and said, I'd like to talk. Oh no, the talk. Oh, it's his room. This was the first time I've ever stepped inside of Ichiya's room. There's, like, nothing in it. It looks like Taiga. Taiga was, like, had a lot of personality in there. Even Shion had a lot of personality in there. Like the plants, his terrariums. Taiga had, like, these, like, strange masks. And, like, Nayata was just a sweaty mess, but... Neatly decorated in mature black and white. It seemed very much like an adult man's room. But besides the large bed, there wasn't much else in it. It barely felt lived in. That made me wonder. Yeah, it's like even the bed's like super made up. It's like he doesn't even use it. Yes, this does seem like him, but... It was almost as if I stepped into a model showroom in a furniture shop. I glanced around, curious. Yeah, it does. You're like, she's right. Like, it doesn't really have any personality in it, if that makes sense. Also, the bed's kind of weird. Like, the extra little step. I feel like if I had one of those, I'd just like stumble out. I would trip on it so much, bang my toe on it. Hibari? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to gawk. No, that's okay. I don't mind. But, I guess I never expected you to come and visit me in my room. I'm happy to see you, of course. But I'm a little worried, too. Did I, do something wrong? For some reason, Ichiya seemed hesitant, looking at me timidly. Worried? Why would he be scared? Do you recall doing something wrong? No! Calm down, Ichiya. So, why? To be honest, having you show up at my room at this hour of the night is going to give me ideas that are probably way off the mark. Trust me, they are. Don't throw her on the bed or anything. Don't be a tiger. Now that was more like him. My shoulders loosened, and a little tension drained out. I'd be fine. I'm sure I could talk to him. Anyway, I just wanted to chat for a bit. See, Ichiya, I was wondering. You don't have to say it. I was going to ask too. Huh? This is about this morning, right? I spent all day thinking over why you'd suddenly ask me something like that. You said it wasn't that I'd done anything wrong, right? Then does that mean something in you has changed? No, never mind that. It's fine. I wanted to ask you something else. You don't have to hide it. I'd rather you didn't. Uh-oh, this was bad. The whole conversation had suddenly changed directions. You're not listening, Ichiya. And seeing the intense look on Ichiya's face made me think that trying to steer the topic back on course might not be the best idea. You mentioned talking normally, but like I told you this morning, I thought I'd been speaking normally with you. At least, that's my intention. I asked Taiga and the others about it, and they said that maybe I should stop using so many words that could be construed as flirtatious. Well, yes, basically. Please. I knew it. You don't like it when I'm flirty. Then does that mean you, well, don't take me seriously as your suitor anymore? What? Why wouldn't I? He's like, if I can't speak flirty, what do I do? He's like my identity. Huh? But telling me to be normal is your gentle way of telling me that flirting annoys you. And you want me to knock it off, right? Wow, he was way off base. I hurriedly shook my head. No, that's not it. I really mean that. I stopped, fumbled for the right words. What should I say to him? I want to know the real you. Alright, leveled up his axe. I want to know the real you. Huh? To be blunt, when we first met, I didn't think very much of you. You seemed too flaky, untrustworthy. But we've spent time together. I've gotten to know you a little better, and well, I look at you a bit differently now, I suppose. I do want to learn more about you, but with you constantly flirting and flattering me, I can't really catch a glimpse of who you really are. And that's why you said what you did? Is it disappointing to you that I'd rather talk to you normally than have you flirting all the time? No, not at all. In fact, if that's why, then I'm ecstatic. I'm touched, incredibly touched that you want to get to know me more on a personal level, Hibari. Oh, really? Uh-oh, I think I overdid it. That would probably be an issue later, but right now, I'm simply glad that he was taking things well. I think I understand where you're coming from better now, Hibari. I promise I'll do my best to oblige. But well, what you saw is my normal. It won't be easy to change things overnight. I suppose that's true. So how about we try this then? To help you get to know who I am, how about we just spend more time together? In other words, we could go on another date. Uh-huh. No question about where he was going with this. But that may not be a bad idea. The way this conversation had gone, I wasn't going to get a chance to ask what I originally hoped for. It would probably be better if I tried again some other time. Alright, another date then. Great, thanks. Ichiya's face lit up as he nodded. It wasn't that bad a look. It was almost cute. Is there anywhere you'd like to go? Want to enjoy the night skyline again? Or maybe an amusement park. Is there anywhere you want to go? I'd love to go wherever you want to go. You can pick. Ichiya's answer was the same as it was during our first date. He said it was so natural. He said it so naturally, I felt my brows furrow together in concern. I'm flattered that you want me to choose again, but are you sure you'll have fun too? Of course! When you're having fun, I'm having fun. Nothing makes me happier than seeing a smile on your face. That same nagging feeling from our date came back. Yes, it was nice to be deferred in decision-making, but on the flip side of the coin, it was kind of tiring. Yeah, like having to make all the decisions all the time and like, yeah, never getting to know what Ichiya like actually likes. I don't think that's quite right. Not right. If there's anything I'm doing wrong, just let me know what. I'll do whatever it is that you like best. That's not what I mean. Should I simply say it's not fair for me to decide all the time? Or is my perspective just off? I opened my mouth and closed it again, trying to find the words, but nothing came to me. Hibari, you don't have to hold back on my account. Really, say whatever's in your heart. All the other girls you dated, did you let them make all the decisions too? Huh? It's nothing. Forget it. I'll leave the planning for our date to you. Now I'd best get going. Good night. Huh? Wait. I really didn't need to say that. Was Tsumugi right when she said what she did? I wasn't sure. Now it's like kind of nagging at her. An odd feeling I couldn't put a name to had bubbled up, and then the words poured out from me. Still, something does feel off about all this. Ichiya had told me before. He said loving a woman and having her love him back was his happiness. But then, did all his other girlfriends simply accept all his pampering without question and love him back? To be loved just as much as you love. To love someone back because they love you. Sounds nice on the surface. But think about it and it seems transactional? Is that really what normal love is? I didn't have near enough experience with romance to come up with an answer to that question. Alright, speak normally, cleared. We got a little branch here. What is love? What is normal love? Inconvenient companion. We'll have to save this for the next episode because we've been going for quite a while. Let's save. Alrighty, yeah, we gotta break Ichiya's facade here. Like, he's hiding his true self. And yeah, it's like not fair for Hibari, it's not fair for Ichiya, because he's never gonna get to do what makes him happy. It's like he has no personality. It's like, just living to please others. Alright, save. Alrighty, anywho. Hope you guys are having a fun and relaxing time. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.